Lakers at home against Houston.
Watch this.
LeBron James. I mean, come on. LeBron, the ageless one, 15-8. Luka and the Mavs trying to get something going here. Luka loses it. No backcourt. So shoot from the logo. Why not? Luka had 23 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists, and the Mavericks get the victory over Sacramento by 6. LaMelo Ball. Step back. All 3 of these. Hornets break the tie. And then LaMelo, 7-point lead. Keep getting in switches, and they're bad switches for Portland. Float game.
On point.
LaMelo, 27 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. His explosion as a star in the league is in full bloom. Giannis and the Bucks trying to get back in it against the Jazz. Giannis had 25, trailing by 4 late. Can't get a stop here. Donovan Mitchell off the glass. 50 seconds, same score. Mitchell, bully ball. He had 28. The Jazz moved to 5-1 with a 12-point win over the champs. Pistons and the Nets. James Harden to kick ahead. Kevin Durant. Pistons down big. Durant trying to fight through the Kelly Olynyk screen there. Durant, ooh, that's an elbow up high. Flagrant 2 and ejected with 23. But the Nets would get the victory. Harden, DeAndre Bembry. Go get it. Harden had triple-double, 18 points, 10 boards.
2 steals for you tonight. First time you've done that since your rookie year, actually, in a game against LeBron. What's going on with all the deflections, man?
Man, I'm just trying to stick to the schemes and just honestly just do what I'm supposed to do on the defensive end within our schemes, be in position where I'm supposed to be at. And just, I'm starting to get more used to just what we're trying to do in our schemes and where I'm at on the court, defensively more so than offensively. So today was one of those games we just, we was doing it in a great fashion. I think I did a great job of just being in position, being in spots, and I just want to build on that. We want to build on that defensively.
I know you're staying in the moment, but you think about that 2003, like your rookie year, that was a long time ago, right? You even remember that game against LeBron?
No.
You won that one.
There's a lot of games in between that. If that was the first game we played, then yeah, I remember that game.
All right, fair enough. So the shooting form, Melo, just where are you getting your looks? How comfortable are you? What are the keys to you having that quick catch and shoot motion?
I'm just working on it. I stay in the gym. It's something that I've always worked on. It's easy for me to adapt to what's going on. I'm the willingness of adapting. And again, I said it earlier, in the season, but the passion to want to be better, to want to be in the gym every day, getting better, learning what I need to do. Again, this is new for all of us playing with each other. So the more reps that I can get, I just got to stay sharp when my number is called because it's a long season, but I got to keep doing what I'm doing.
Final thing for you, what'd you think of the starting lineup with AD at the 5? I know you guys have run through some of those groupings in practice.
I like it. It's something that we're looking at, something that, throughout the course of the game, we're seeing more of it. We started with that today, so ain't no telling with Frank. We don't know what's going to happen. We just got to be ready for whatever we do.
All right, man. Happy Halloween.
Thank you. Same to you.
All right, how about this? Carmelo Anthony, 25 minutes, 23 points, 8 of 14, 5 of 8.
85. And for LA, after the sky was falling, after the first 2 games of the season that they lost, they've now won 4 of 5. And again, not to take any shots at the opponent, but this is what the Lakers should have been doing here because their schedule is incredibly favorable at this stretch before it starts to get tough again later in middle of November. Steve Smith, John Powell, Jared Greenberg with you. Appreciate you joining us. If you just watched the Lakers pick up their 4th win in the last 5 games, we're going to go around the NBA on this 5-game night, show you what the Nets did, what Kevin Durant had to say about his ejection following a flagrant 2 foul called. We'll also tell you about the Bucks and Jazz, really good matchup in Milwaukee tonight. But let's talk more about the Lakers. Big story if you watch the game or if you're just joining us live here on NBA TV for the first time this season, Smitty. Anthony Davis starting at the 5 spot. What are you reading into that move, and how much more do you think we'll see of that?
You know, I think against the Houston Rockets was the team you want to tinker with your lineup and maybe try this Anthony Davis at the 5. I also saw that Avery Bradley, because of the moved him at the point guard position as far as defensively, and then also moved LeBron James basically at the 4. It gave them much more spacing, gave them a lot of guys that could attack, and it gave them some outside, whether you make shots or not, there's some guys that can make plays at the three-point line. I think a lot of people look at the three-point line when everybody's parked behind it that you have to shoot a 3. You saw a lot of times when it's kicked out, now guys got to run. You have some guys that could drive and make plays. You got Bradley can dribble, LeBron, then you also have Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis as the 5. He has the advantage. John?
Carmelo Anthony, 5 of 8 from three-point range. This is just good news for the Lakers and good news for Carmelo. When he left the Knicks, he sort of bristled when Oklahoma City wanted him to shoot threes, when the Rockets wanted him to shoot threes. He's like, I'm a mid-range shooter. Smitty, his game was along the baseline, just that pull-up, devastating shot from 20 feet. But it seems now that he's so much more comfortable shooting that three-point shot. And it's really for a Lakers team that traditionally, at least in the last couple of years, they weren't a great three-point shooting team. So he's bringing that element to the Lakers. He's happy doing it, and he looks pretty good doing it.
And for a team, if you listen to the broadcast that Stu and Bill were talking about it, still a lot of injuries. They got Wayne Ellington back tonight, but still waiting on a few guys. Carmelo Anthony is really being leaned on to be their top primary scorer off the bench.
And, he's answered that bell a lot of times, Jared. I think also to Sean Powell's point, I think you look at Carmelo, we know in New York and Denver, he was first option, massaged the basketball a lot. I think as the years has gone on, he is scoring the basketball off catch and shoots, one dribble pull-ups. I think right now he's playing a role of a guy I won't take the possession and it's all about me. That mindset was probably what he was doing when he first got to some other places like Oklahoma and Houston. But right now, since he's been in Portland with the Lakers, there's not a lot of dribbles. There's some catch and shoots and fadeaways. He gives you a bump. I think he's in a rhythm on how to play coming off the bench and play off superstars.
And it's hard for a guy like Carmelo, who for so many years was the first option, and all of a sudden he's got to adjust his mindset. Ego-wise, that's a blow. All of a sudden, you're not getting the touches. You're like the second and third option some nights. But again, I think he sort of took stock of where he is and where he's going. And this way, he can prolong his career. I mean, he's adding more years to his career because he has accepted a different role and he has embraced the three-point shot and he's worked at it. So it's all winning right now for Carmelo, coming from Portland, going to the Lakers. I think the team he really wanted to play on all along, next to LeBron James, and he has a chance to get that championship.
24 threes over the course of 7 games so far for Carmelo Anthony. And tonight, the big number that may go unnoticed, he had 4 blocked shots in this game, too. So Melo playing some defense.
All right, Melo.
How about that, huh?
All right.
Coming up, we'll hear from Carmelo Anthony after the game, after his impressive showing off the bench as the LA Lakers are at the 500 mark for the first time this season. They'll see